Okay, it's 8 o'clock and go ahead and call the meeting to order of the Main Street Board of Directors for the July 10th meeting and welcome everyone to our meeting. Meredith, you got roll call set? All right. We do have a quorum. In front of you, you have an agenda. Is there anything that needs to be added? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda as presented. There's been a motion and support. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. We have an agenda. We have two sets of minutes that were in your packet. One was for the regular meeting on June 12th and the annual meeting that we had. So was there any additions, corrections, deletions? Thank you, Meredith. Now I'll entertain a motion to accept both sets of minutes into the record.
I second.
There's motion and support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. All right, minutes are in the record. Finance report. Jacob.
Yes, thank you. Jay and I briefly reviewed the finances. In the packet, you'll see the normal balance sheet and revenues and exposure spreadsheet. We're in a decent spot with our fund balance. Really no concerns there. Fundraising dollars are continuing to come in, which is nice, and that's obviously helping our efforts. If you review in detail, you will see that we did overspend by about $10,000 in June. That's really due to two reasons. One, tax revenues were slightly less than expected. And then secondly, we had some First Fridays expenses that we expected to fall into July, but due to timing fell into June. But really no concerns there, and all in all, we're in good financial shape.
So some of it was fireworks, right?
Correct.
And that was supported by TLC.
Correct.
So that will wash out.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. Any questions for Jacob? Any questions on the financial report? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the financial report into the record. There's been a motion. Is there support? We have motion and support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. Onward to the Main Street Directors reports.
Good morning, thank you. First thing on the report, McKenna, an update. So for our downtown development and TIF plan, we did receive 449 responses on the survey that ended on July 7th. Some of the top things, the most desired business type, 85% selected dining, and then 74% selected retail. The most important improvement that we could make based on this, appearance of storefront, 72% selected that. And then the top event type desired, live music and concerts. So those are just some big hitters that Jane sent me as an update to the survey. The more details will be coming as they go ahead and process through that. They're working on the identified stakeholder interviews. The Downtown Area Citizens Council, they received three responses from the identified individuals, and they'll be setting up a meeting for that. And they continue to work on the draft plan, and they're looking to move forward with that and sharing it in September with us.
September. Questions on that? All right.
Next thing, ready to recruit. So in the packet and in front of you, I've provided you with the toolbox checklist. It looks like this right here. And this is what we're working on with ready to recruit. So on that first page, you'll see references A through E. A is building a business inventory. B is community and district profile. C is available properties list and map. D is a property cut sheet. And E is business resources and incentives. Those are the required things that we need to do for ready to recruit. That's the bare minimum. On the second page, there's things that I'm more excited about, to be honest with you. Starting a business guide, I think, is very important for us. Landing page for online business resource section, a small business journey map, a map and script for community driving tour. Then you get into community promotional videos and business district clustering map. A lot of these things we've been working on or have in place. They've just given us some better opportunities. But when you look at the things that are added, so you've got the commercial property for sale. This is our property cut sheet. This will be a template that we'll use for all the rest of the properties when they become available. So we've been able to check that one off. Building and business inventory, we already have that. We just continue to update it. That's in Maestro for us. And it gives us a good opportunity. And then the second one is this, right? It's 2 pages here, but it'll be a 1-pager for you. This is the community and district profile. So it's actually 2 pages, but when we print it and hand it out, it'll be 1 page front and back. This basically talks about our community, talks about what our downtown goals are, how we help businesses thrive, what businesses are in demand, kind of the events we have, and then what our reinvestment stats are, what the community profile looks like. So this is really a good 1-pager, somebody that's interested in coming in our community, that we make that available to them. We continue to work with this cohort, and our next meeting is July 30th, with a wrap-up session would be September 16th. So we'll have everything to present at that December 16th, and so in our October meeting, we'll have a full recap of everything that's going on and what we've been able to complete. Any questions on that?
Good work already. on that.
Thank you. All right, let's see. PA 57 semi-annual reporting. So as we dive deeper into our relationship with the Michigan Downtown Association and understand some of the things that we need to be doing as a DDA, semi-annual reporting is one of those things. And we had done it as a practice annually previously. And so now we're going to do it semi-annually. So later in the agenda, we'll touch on that. But I kind of wanted to give you guys this 1-pager that we get. Actually, it's a 2-pager from Michigan Downtown Association to kind of tell you what those requirements are and what we're doing. We'll also be improving the website and updating some information there, making more accessibility and visibility for the things that we're doing. Any questions on that? Excellent.
All right.
And next thing, the Tiffin, Ohio DDA contacted me a couple weeks ago, and they are interested and will be coming to our community on August 14th. They're doing their annual board retreat. So they do an annual retreat where they go do planning for their upcoming year, and they try to visit an area community. They've kind of exhausted the communities in Ohio, wanted to come to one that was very similar to ours. So Tiffin has about 20,000 residents. They also have 2 colleges. So they want to kind of get the feel and see what we're doing. They reached out, and unfortunately they won't be here for our board meeting. They'll be arriving just after our board meeting, but I'm going to take them on a downtown tour. If any of you'd like to stay and chat, and misery loves company. So if we'd like to learn a little bit from them, you're certainly welcome to do that. They will be here. I'm looking for a space for them to meet, and I've sent them menus of our downtown restaurants. We'll probably get it catered into them from our downtown restaurants because there's about 15 or 16 of them. So we don't really have the space where restaurants don't have the space or a meeting room to absorb them in the downtown, but can definitely provide them with meals and get them there. So if anyone has any ideas on a space where they might be able to meet for 4 or 5 hours after the tour, please let me know.
About this back here.
It's being used back here.
Oh, the library, perhaps, in the lower level of the library is
Oh,
space.
yeah.
Pretty big.
Good idea.
Excellent.
All right, board member opportunities. As some of you may or may not know, Christina has relocated out of the downtown. And so I think that we're all in consensus that we'd like to move her over to our at-large and not lose her from the board. And then that would give us an opportunity for a downtown resident. I've had one conversation with a downtown resident that's interested. I'd like to see over the next week if anybody knows of anyone else that might be interested that lives downtown. So we can I can have a conversation with them and then have the board interview. So if you have that, please get with them and try to get that back to me by the end of the week so we can get this process moving.
I think that is board action. And I don't mean, it makes it sort of look like it's on the spot, but I really, we all, I think we all agree she's a fantastic member of the DDA. So if I could get a motion to go ahead and have.
So moved.
Yeah, all right.
Second.
All right, is there any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. All right. So,
All right, so the next thing, a retail vibrance committee. This was brought up after our last meeting, discussing how we can really focus on the retail stores in downtown. There's been some side conversations about things that we can do and how we can improve this process. I'm really looking for people that would be interested in being part of that, being an active part. We'll want to include, obviously include our business owners in these conversations and let them have some input and really help drive it. I mean, we need them to tell us what they're looking for. I won't put anybody on the spot today, but by the end of the week, if you could, I'll send an email out, and if you could get back to me to be on that. I don't know what that looks like, and so we'll have to determine kind of what the scope of that program is, but I think it's important that we start focusing on those things and really help support our downtown.
so I think, when we think about another organization or anybody else developing that, I think we should be putting a lot of effort forth in that leadership role and organizing such committees that's executing the welcoming of new businesses, all the other things that we need to be doing as the DDA. So I've talked about it with Jay. And so any of you that would want to be involved with that, or anybody that that's a downtown business owner that would be active in that and be good at it, we'd love to have them. So thank you.
Next thing on the report today is the National Main Street Accreditation. So as you know, each year we do a self-assessment, and that leads us to either an online or an in-person review by National Main Street. And then from there, we understand where kind of we fit in the accreditation process. It helps us get our technical services and move forward. So in your packet and in the information in front of you, I've included this year's self-assessment. We'll start on page 1 and go through each one of these. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to do that. I did want.
We went through this before.
But I do want to point out a couple of things. So it has changed a little bit. They continue to evolve. And towards the end of the packet is where all the scoring is. Previously, it had been with each thing. So it'd be this, so in case you're looking, it's this document right here that's got the pretty colors. And in the end, it's got some of the scoring things. So I need everybody to go through, and where the column is LPCP or MSA, it's local program. It is coordinating program, and then Main Street America. So we just worry about the local program. And what I need everyone to do by August 2nd, that'll be the Friday. I need everybody to go through and evaluate our program and send this to me. I will send out a digital version so you can do it on PDF, so you don't have to do a paper copy, and it's editable. What I will do then is take all the scores and aggregate them, and then I have to enter them into the national database. And then we'll continue to go through the process there. So I have to have everything submitted by August 30th. Michigan Main Street will review the app, and provide feedback September 2nd through September 13th. We have an on-site visit from National Main Street on October 1st. So they're going to come and visit our community, walk downtown, talk to the mayor, city administrator, Dusty, myself, any board members that may want to be here. And so it's important that we do this annually, but it's even more important this year. We'll have eyes on our community to see what we're doing, making sure that we're following the program and moving forward. So please take the time, go through this, read it. It's a valuable tool. It helps us understand where we are and how we're working with the best practices. Any questions on that?
October 1st is a Tuesday, right?
Yes, I believe it is.
Should we all be here for that? Is it?
It's not required.
Okay.
We could certainly be here, and National Main Street is very welcoming and willing to talk to everybody. But I don't know if they're just here for that day or what the schedule is. I can get more information on that from Laura.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
When we're filling it out, do you see any potential concerns that we need to be aware of or that you'd recommend we look at?
Nothing that. No concerns, right? You
Okay.
know, we are where we are and we know that, and it's a growth opportunity for us. I think we are significantly farther along in the process than we were just last year.
Mhm.
And really to become accredited, it's a 5-year process. We're just beginning year 4. So, I mean, that's the thing to take into consideration. If we hit all of the benchmarks and we're accredited, hallelujah, you know, we're doing the right things. I think we'll be close this year. I think we'll be really close to being accredited this year. But I'm more interested in your feedback and your perception of where we are. I think that's the key, right? Knowing where everybody feels we are, and then how can we look at those individual scores after we aggregate them, right? Because we'll have all that data and we'll look at it. But then why did you think that we should have gotten a 2 in a particular area? And what is that perception of it? How can we change that? You know, because that's a reflection of our community. You know, we all sit here and think we're doing the best job we can, but we get voices that tell us we're not. So we have to address that and listen to that.
Thank you.
All right, the last thing I have is board member ethics and code of conduct. So annually, we look at this, make sure that we've got all the paperwork. I handed out to some of you the ethics policy that I did not have, and then we also put responsibilities of downtown Adrian Main Street DDA Board of Directors. I'm not gonna go through it, but everyone has one. If you could review it, please sign it and hand it to me at the end of the meeting. It's just to make sure that you understand what the expectations are, that we're giving you a clear picture of what we need to help the program succeed. And as Dusty pointed out, there's a reason you don't let an accountant do paperwork like this because his spelling isn't always the best. So there is an error in here in the spelling. But if you could do that for me, I'd appreciate it. And
You got commitment right before you messed up committee.
yeah, I know.
Sure.
I know, right? Humbling. Okay, so that's
I just want to make a comment on the ethics and code of conduct. There is continued work on social media being added to this, so that work will come later. But we do need to adopt a social media policy. All right. Any questions for Jay? Thank you, Jay, for that report. Greg. Morning.
Morning. Couple things to share. Sorry, first talking of the day. We are under contract basically for the acquisition of the former Telegram properties together with a house over there on North Winter Street as well. Part of the land assembly for that project. The city commission approved essentially taking the investors out for what they had in it, for the reason that we think we're better positioned as a municipality to leverage some of the grant opportunities that are out there to help move that project along. Really, to get a developer in place to do the residential component is probably going to require some portion of the cleanup of the land, at least the demolition of the buildings. So to that end, we have a grant opportunity called the Environmental Justice Grant out of Eagle that Jay is going to be applying for imminently to hopefully get us some money toward the demo of the existing buildings, which would go a long ways toward making that site look more presentable within our downtown. We continue to be encouraged by the feedback we've gotten from MDOT related to our TAP grant application for the reconstruction of Winter Street. And I think an award decision on that is probably imminent this month. Jay, isn't it due this month?
I believe the end of this month, somewhere around the 24th, I think was their target date.
Right. So that's all meshing together nicely. We are we're continuing with the demolition project related to the town square opportunity. I don't know how y'all have viewed that opening in the block there. I think it really improves the appearance of that block, opens it up through to the other property that we own at the corner at Winter Street. Jay and I have met with Smith Group, quite an impressive team of designers that they put together for our sort of brainstorming session on what that space wants to be. They had people from, I think, their Chicago office and their Milwaukee office in that virtual meeting. So we're expecting some concept plans out of them soon, and then we'll schedule an open house for interested persons to come in and comment on those renderings once they're available. The demo project is going basically according to plan, other than we found a hidden basement under one of the concrete slabs that was out there. It appeared to be slab on grade. It was not, and so we've got a change order to remove all the bricks out of what was the basement and the stairway underneath there. But otherwise they are, and so that's the pile that you've seen after there appeared to be no pile. Now there's a pile again. That's what you see. Other than that, Ram Construction is working on the reconstruction of what will now be the north wall of that space, which is quite a bit of work. All the saved bricks there are going into that wall. We prove some another little extra to make sure that they're able to clear blast the surface to make it all appear an even color. Of course, we anticipate maybe a mural up there as the backdrop to our town square area in the future. So, exciting things moving along within the downtown from our perspective. Happy to answer any questions about those things or anything else we got going on.
Any questions for Greg? All right, thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
All right, we do have a board action, and Jay, if you can explain, you just need authorization to move forward on a grant.
Yes. Yes, so it is the recommendation of the executive director of the Downtown Adrian Main Street DDA, approve the executive director to apply for a Michigan Arts and Culture Council grant in the amount of $20,000. So Michigan Arts and Culture Council provides arts opportunities throughout the state. They're a large funder. They provide money to Artalicious, I think maybe even the Croswell. And they actually came to one of our DDA executive director meetings, encouraged all of us to apply. And there's really two channels that they have. They have actual organizations that are arts and culture organizations, and they have non-arts and culture organizations that are trying to enhance arts. We obviously follow the non-arts and culture channel. Wow, it's tough for me to say this early in the morning. And so we'll be applying for that for $20,000 to add it to our mural program and get that moving forward with some other opportunities. There is a 25% match from that. I think that there's plenty of money available to do that. We did not budget for it, so it would have to come out. We'd have to do a budget amendment to bring it in out of the fund balance, but I think it'd be a great opportunity for us.
All right, any questions on that? If not, can I get a motion to give authorization to Jay to get the arts grant?
Support.
Not the right motion? Did I get a motion?
Yeah.
All right, you got it. Support, okay. I didn't catch it. Bad ear, I guess. Any further discussion?
Yeah.
All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed are the same. All right,
I did want to take a moment.
one more.
Yep, so I did want to, there's no more board action, but I do want to take a moment to introduce April Shafter. She is our new summer employee, sitting right there behind Don. She's going to be doing social media and a little bit of, got another side project for her to do for us. So she'll be here through the summer helping us out with that.
Welcome, April.
April's a senior at Adrian College as well. She was a roommate of Ashley, so comes with a pretty good recommendations.
Excellent. All right. And we go to the promotion committee. Meredith?
Yes, we continue to meet a couple times a month. Right now, we're focused on the Welcome Back event for college students in August. including some business information maps, some things encouraging students to come spend time and money downtown. We're also starting to talk about a toolkit for downtown businesses marketing. I want to say it's August 27th off the top of my head. Is that right?
6
Yeah,
to 8 p.m.
August 27th, 6 to 8.
Mhm.
All right. Any other from the promotions? All right. Let's go over to Michelle.
So July seemed to have a pretty good turnout. We had Big Wheels was the theme, so we had a Touch a Truck event. We also had 2 bands this time, which I don't know if we'll continue to have 2 bands or not, but for that event we had the Adrian fire truck pole, which was a nice new addition. Hopefully that will be an annual activity. We had the Tykes and Trikes parade and show that the Gallery of Shops put on. And then, of course, we had fireworks, which was new this year. So I think the plan is to continue those as far as I know. I think that was a pretty big hit. So August, the theme is a night at the movies. Metro's band will be here. We're going to have the Wonka movie playing that night. I think Jay's still working on a possible putt-putt course. And then we have some carnival games and a few other things that we're working on. And then September is still kind of in the works, but the theme is going to be a bike night, as in motorcycles. Bad Mojo will be playing for that event.
And the First Friday Committee is meeting here soon, right?
Friday, I just haven't sent out the Zoom link yet.
All right, got it. I didn't respond, but I think I'm available. Any questions for Michelle? Thank you, Michelle.
I do want to say thanks to Michelle, DPW, city for helping with the fireworks. Michelle was really instrumental in the legwork to getting that set up. And then just the show overall was just spectacular. Might have teared up a little bit at the end.
That was rain.
Oh.
That rain came at the exact wrong time. Just unbelievable. But what was interesting is I saw a lot of people leaving the downtown, but when we went home, we saw these cars in the parking lots everywhere. So all the county parking lots and everything, they were just jam full. So really good stuff. All right. Town and Gown and Michael.
Sure. Yeah. So we are really excited for the Downtown Bash on August 27th. Before that, you see National Intern Day on July 25th on the flyer. We have a full schedule starting at the center. It's going to be great. We have over 50 interns from Lenawee County that have registered for it. So really excited for that. There's an activity of purpose with packing some meals and backpacks for Lenawee County. We have Ben Negron coming for Why Lenawee. We're going to give our interns a chance for just some recreation and networking time and in the afternoon. And I think it's going to be a really great day. So also, we are less than a month away from welcoming back our students, Adrian College, Siena Heights University, and a lot of the orientation and welcome week events are happening in addition to the Welcome Back Bash downtown. So for example, August 28th, we have a organization and community fair. And we've had different organizations from downtown participate in that on campus. So that's another opportunity on August 28th from 11:30 to 1:30. I just wanted to make available and put out there to you all. If you're interested, let me know.
Any questions for Michael?
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. All right, organization committee, we continue to do our fundraising. We got a big meeting in August that's coming up. We're prepping for. And we continue to contact our stakeholders and we get great responses right now. We're really just, after we go through our little slideshow and everything, they get excited. But lots of times we ask them, what is it that you would want from us? And they sort of define that for us. And it's nice because you don't say, can I have this? Or what can we do together as partners? And that's been working out real well. So we'll continue on to that. Economic vitality.
Economic Vitality didn't meet, but we did have the Farmers Market Committee meet, Candace.
So the Farmers Market Committee is meeting every 2 weeks. Right now, we have 29 annual vendors. We also are going into week 4 of our loyalty cards. And week 6, we will start doing drawings for gift cards that are yet to be determined where the gift cards are coming from. July 20th, we have the mini market. And we have regular updates that are going out in the downtown email now, and our social media presence has grown drastically. Thank you very much, Nikki.
All right. It's, it's a good year for the farmer's market. It's really going. And my wife has one of those loyalty cards now, so I just want to let you know. So I appreciate it. I'm glad that's really growing, and I think it's gonna be strong again next year too.
Yeah.
So, any questions? All right, design committee.
Design committee did not meet. Mural committee has not met, but we are still waiting on the lease for the space, but we are moving forward with the call for the artists. I think if I can get it, they were just waiting for it to get approved from the organization that has it. They'll be posting it. And then once it does that, the schedule is primed to have a display for Artalicious. So I'm gonna be really nose to the grindstone on that one and make that the goal to have it up by Artalicious.
Awesome.
And that's it.
All right. Plants out there look fantastic. Everybody agree? They look really good. Do this year. All right, informational report.
Yep. Okay. So as we mentioned earlier, we have the informational report. Michelle, can you pull that up for us, please? So this is downtown Adrian Main Street DDA informational meeting. Yep, PA 57 of 2018 requires development authorities to hold 2 informational meetings annually. It can be held for the purpose of informing the public of the goals and direction of the authority, including projects to be undertaken in the coming year. They're not for the purpose of voting on policy, budgets, or other operational matters. The informational meetings may be held in conjunction with other public meetings of the authority or municipality. So TIF plan and development. So the goals and direction of the city of Adrian DDA are defined by the TIF and development plan first created in 1990 and amended in 2020. Full document is available on the City of Adrian website and is required by law. You can find it here, and it's at the DDA drop down, Downtown Development Authority drop down on the city website. So here's a listing of our board of directors, respective positions, and then we do have the one open board position as for a downtown resident. Goals and direction. I am not going to read that because it's really hard for me to read from here. But these are the actual goals that are on our current DDA TIF plan. They are in conjunction with things that you seeing us doing, but it's encouraging, businesses, the central business district, entertainment, culture, the scale of private reinvestment, building of market support for existing and expanding retail, improving the quality of downtown public environment. So as you hear those things and hear some of the things Greg was talking about, and know some of the things that we've been doing, we're achieving those goals. There's just, it's a big lift, right? It's a pretty broad statement of how to do those things. So future projects, Town Square that Greg talked about, downtown bike loop and Winter streetscape. We're very excited about that. Demolitions of buildings and environmental cleanup of the Telegram properties and the mural program. Those are the ones that are we're currently operating. There'll be more that comes out of the strategic plan and the new DDA TIF plan. So things that we did in 23 and 24. We implemented the branding technical service we received from Michigan Main Street. We began fundraising and developed sponsorship packages. We hired a first intern to manage social media. We hired an event coordinator to manage city market and future events. We began working on our TIF and development plan update. Began working with Michigan Main Street on the ready to recruit services, and we launched the downtownadrian.com website. Other major projects, we expanded the parking lot in Church Street, adding 20 plus parking spots. So I will say that probably taking credit for a lot of the work the city does, in our partnership. So I'll be very, very forthright with that. The Storyville storytelling, 24 businesses, and those are going out on social media, the retractable bollards to help us close the streets downtown. The purchase of 142 North Winter Street for future parking. We have expanded power at the farmers market for food trucks. And we bought the physical banners. We brought physical banners to downtown to promote our branding. Events hosted, sponsored events. We have First Fridays, Student Welcome Back, co-sponsored Trick or Treating with the City of Adrian. We have the Adrian City Market and the Small Business Saturday. Partnered events such as Juneteenth and Artalicious. New businesses in development, new businesses, Disaster Craft within the last year, Troptastic Books, Pearls and Patina, Stitched Consignment, Blue Finch, Rusted Roots, a new Edward Jones office, Rains and Rains Attorney moved to downtown, and Mommy Street Tap Room and Kitchen, opening soon. Other things, other development that we did, revitalization of Hammer Building we didn't do, but it's taking place. The demolition of 116 and 1 through 120 South Main, and then Maggard Razor's continued improvement. And I will say, if you haven't driven by Maggard's in a while, wow, just sharp. It really is sharp.
I see what you did there.
Jay is got.
You didn't even know, Jay. Come on.
Jay's the man.
Educational training. So Grow with Google, we had 2 all-day events consisting of 4 different classes each day. That was in a partnership with National Main Street and Google, providing that service free to our businesses. Who's our customer? 2 presentations with visitor demographics, event attendance, and consumer trends. Communications. Social media reach has just been incredible over the last year. We reached over 262,000 people. We had 17,000 interactions. New followers, we had almost 1,000 new followers, 83% increase in new followers over the previous year. So we got over 5,300 just on Facebook. Instagram, we have 6,600 followers. That's a 6,600 reach. We have 1,100 followers, 2,000 interactions, and 111 new followers. So social media, the things that the attention we're paying to it is showing dividends and really growing for us. With our email programs, the monthly emails go out talking about the events, street closures, and other happenings. And we also send them as needed to communicate other things that are taking place. We have 249 subscribers, and our open rate's really good at over 55%. So I don't know how many emails you guys open. I don't open a lot of them, but for us to get 55% is really good. Really good. Any questions about that information? And obviously there's my contact info, which you all should have.
So I think it's good timing too, because as we finish the strategic planning with McKenna and the TIP plan, those will all be redefined or fine-tuned or whatever.
Yep, they'll be fine-tuned.
Any questions?
Jay, may we have a copy of that presentation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. It's great.
Thank you.
Excellent. Any more questions on that? I do not see Linaway now here today.
Tim sent me a message. He would not be here. They have another program going on today.
Are there any other DDA matters for this board today? All right, we'll move into public comment. Come on, Don, tell us about Artalicious.
Read the card. Just a little reminder, save the date, 21st and 22nd of September. And I was delighted to find out that you're going to go after an MACC grant. We've been funded through them since 2010, I think. It's a great resource, more money this year. Really complements Artalicious, but I'll tell you what, we were out of town this weekend for a family event, but I wish we had made it for Friday and Saturday night here, because we were at big fireworks in Bay City, but both nights, absolutely amazing what the paper has talked about. So we got so many good things going on here. One of them is Artalicious, and we hope you're all there. If not, we have a little way of checking off and make sure that you do show up. If not, you can be a sponsor next year. So thank you, Dustin.
All right, you got it. Thank you. Is there any other public comment?
So last night I attended a bicentennial meeting with Mayor Sword and Michelle Dewey. And one of the things we talked about is a proposed date for next year for combining with the first Fridays for July. And I think it's important. We asked a board member of the Ragtime Review if they would like to partner with us, and the one board member said he, thought that that would be a good idea too. But I think it's important that the DDA Main Street also do a support of, if we're going to do the bicentennial for First Friday for next year. So does that make sense?
So the actual celebration of the city parade, whatever, would be on that first Friday? Is there gonna be?
Which is the
Couple
4th of
of
July.
days. So
Couple of
it
days.
would be like July 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Okay,
So just maybe the 6th on Sunday, just depending on what happens. I'd also like to say also, like what Don said, First Fridays this last weekend was amazing. I followed Jay around taking pictures a lot and got lots of compliments. As a First Friday board member, or committee member, it was great to see. I was a little concerned. Wasn't sure how many people would come, be around, but it was packed and it was great. And it was so great seeing so many families down here. Wonderful to see. I'm also a Chamber of Commerce ambassador, and they would like to reiterate that they are available to help if there are events that we would like to partner with the chamber ambassadors. We just got to give them some lead time and they can come and help too. So just let us know.
thank you, Mary.
Thanks.
Any other public comment? I know we were joking about it, but I really want to even say to you, Mary, and all the commissioners and the city and the mayor, a lot of those things we accomplished is because of our partnership with you. And there's no doubt we were really, really proud of that partnership and appreciate it. So wanted to say that.
By the way, Dick, can you send that report to all the city commissioners too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Any other board member comments?
So just to let everyone know, I do not know details yet, but our sister city will be visiting on September 6th, which is a First Friday, but they're coming from Lansing because they're starting in Lansing because it's the sister state time that they're doing the exchange, and the prefecture's coming over to Lansing. So I'm not sure. I think they're not getting here till like early evening, late afternoon, but I don't know that, we don't know the logistics yet. They don't even know it yet. So because we've been talking already, but they're coming in. That is a First Friday. So I thought that, that might be really fun to introduce them right away to that First Friday and show them, so it's perfect timing. We didn't even plan it. This was all planned through the state and the sister state exchange, but perfect timing for us having a First Friday. But they will be here that whole weekend. And they'll be leaving that Tuesday morning really early on the 10th. But just to let you know, and you'll see them around, and I will have a lot of details by the next meeting.
Okay.
We're finalizing all that and getting that all figured out right now. They just started with the dates last week and talking to me about when they're exactly getting here. The other thing is our next bicentennial meeting will be Monday, August 12th. We're going to always pick the second Monday of the month. So that if anybody wants to attend, the library has graciously allowed us to use their community room. I just still don't need to get it set, but they were all there and said we can use it. So I just got to make sure and get that set down with them. But 6 o'clock. And as Commissioner Roberts said, we are looking at that 4th of July weekend. It kind of came about, we thought it'd be great in conjunction with First Friday and the fact there were already fireworks that happened this last year, and we're hoping will happen again next year, obviously, so we can work in conjunction with that and have that already set. But part of what brought it about is our sesquicentennial information is a lot of our historical documents are lodged there at the library. So they were pulling things out. The librarian that is the historian was pulling things out. That one, our sesquicentennial happened 4th of July weekend. Well, I went into the library yesterday and she came running because she saw me in there. She goes, I finally found the centennial
4th of July weekend. So if we go with that, we're keeping with what they did at the Centennial, the Sesquicentennial. So we're just keeping with that tradition. Part of that is too that Peter Barr, he's a local historian that is on the Historic District Commission. He found, I think it was 1907, but they did a homecomers reunion where they asked everybody that was from Adrian and like come home and they did this homecomers. So that's kind of also what brought it out that we think 4th of July, we could maybe get people to come home, and we're going to really try to make it like a homecoming for, and bring that back as well as part of that, and really encourage anybody that's been, that grew up in Adrian, that's from Adrian, to come home. And I thought that was just a great idea, because I actually was approached by 2 different people at First Friday that were from very far away. One couple moved away in 1974, and they had only been back to Adrian like twice, but they both grew up here and they live in Arizona. And then another couple overheard, and they're like, we don't live here anymore either. I don't know when they moved. They didn't tell me or how far away they were, but we did have a lot of people coming into town for our First Friday from very far away. And they were very excited to be back in Adrian and to see what was happening downtown. And we're just very excited to take part in that. So anyways, just a little bit more info on that whole bicentennial as it gets kicking off. And just wanted to give you an update on that as well.
All right, thank you. I think I remember as a kid, the 76 celebration for the city. I remember there's a parade. My grandma lived on Maumee, and the parade went right down there. Everybody's probably not even born yet.
I
but
think
it's
I
sad.
was
Remember.
in the parade.
So was I.
I'm pretty sure I was.
So was I.
All right. Any other board member comments? All right, you can see the upcoming events. August 1st Friday is August 2nd, and the Adrian Downtown next meeting will be on August 14th. Without anything more, we are adjourned. Make sure you do your toolbox checklist.